Hey, La Bonita, you asked a question earlier and I wanted to answer it. I wanted to circle back to it. You asked something like, what should we teach men? Or how do we get men to speak? That was a question, right? And I think you were talking
Young
about
men, yeah, majority
and
like young men in relationships because honestly, it's a lot of abuse. Actually, my mother and was living in a neighbor. He was just they were beating each other, both of them, young people, 20 between 21 and 23. And police would, my mom, I just told her, if you hear it, call the police, like at this point. But you know, she didn't like to want to get into it, and it actually happened. The officer knocked at her door in front of them, so now they know it's her. But it's just it's a lot of abuse going on in the younger generations that a lot of the boys are also getting abused. A lot of these young girls are on drugs. They're 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 trying to live lifestyles that they can't afford. They're stripping, doing drugs, they're prostituting, whatever, but they're beating men, and it's rapid. So I'm just wondering, like, how can you guys get to the boys? What kind of
We'd have to be
way can
raising
y'all
them
get to them
first.
to tell them to just speak?
right,
We'd have to
right.
be raising them. Go ahead, Chels.
Just yeah, I won't even be long. You can jump in,
No, you
brother.
can take as long as you want. Hey, we've been on this motherfucker for a while.
We've been enjoying for a minute. Um,
Pause.
pause, right? um, our parenting for a really long time has been incomplete. We've always taught boys how to treat girls. You don't put your hands on a girl no matter what happens. And we've always taught little girls how men are supposed to treat them. We never teach little boys how women are supposed to treat them. And so that's why men don't speak up. Now, sometimes as history goes on, it's difficult to fix a problem in the present. So maybe the men who are our age who get hit on, they just gonna get hit on, and there's nothing that I can say to them to get out of the situation. But you have to begin teaching young men how they are supposed to be treated by women, right? Not just don't hit women. Real teach them how a woman is supposed to show up for them in their lives. Because we don't really know. Nobody taught us that. Now, that's not to say that I didn't see it. I saw how my mother showed up for my father because my parents are still together for this day. But those conversations were never had. If I hit a little girl at recess, that's what we talked about, right? If a little girl hit me at recess, I ain't go home and say shit, right? Because that's just how it go. So to answer your question directly, it's a matter of teaching a holistic approach. And when I say holistic, I mean a circle, the whole approach. This is how you treat people. This is how people are supposed to treat you for both little boys and little girls. And but it would take there's going to be a delay because it takes time for those children to become adults and begin cultivating healthy relationships.
Do you think, Chell, that a movie would help? Because I feel like a lot of the women, let's just use Tyler Perry.
Uh-huh.
He always makes the black man the abuser.
Uh-huh.
I rarely see. I mean, I think the black woman may cheat or something, but rare. It's rare. It's always the black man is the abuser. Do you think that we can get a bigger platform than Tyler Perry, but get we need a movie of that in that sense because young people are
You know
hard
what?
to
Two
get
movies.
to.
You know what? Two movies like that. The one that really hit home for me growing up was A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I think we even had the same name. I
Yep.
was like, man, I'm not about to let these women do this shit to me. I'm not getting hit by no car. I'm not getting stalked. You're not putting a birthday cake with a knife in it on my porch. And then when I got older, another one that hit hard was Acrimony. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie.
Seen
Oh my
clip.
god, you seen it?
Who
I,
was
I,
in it?
I seen clip.
Oh my
I
Who
think
was
god,
it
in
was
it?
it was it was two
Taraji.
actors, but when
It's
she got older, she
Taraji
became
P.
Taraji.
Henson.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
Yeah,
another actor, but she played a younger version of Taraji.
Uh,
those
But
were
yeah, that
actually
was
horror movies to me. Like
man, those
I was
movies.
like, like, oh hell no, I'm out here playing this game. I don't want to get caught up in none of this shit. So let me be a little more smooth about this and get some truth in the mix.
Antoine Fisher movie was tough too, but you're not gonna get a lot of those movies where men are being touched. It's just not gonna make them. This is not. I think it's a matter of
It's
click
not
rate.
the agenda they want to push.
It's a matter of click rate, and it's a matter of our people specifically valuing whether or not we want to decline taking those roles to push the narrative or how we represent it in the media. It's really hard to do that with an economy like this, where in the mindset that we have to value, the bag over how we're portrayed in the media. So, one supersedes the other, and this is what you get. You get the black men that ain't shit. They can't take care of the kids. They always out in the streets, and leaving a woman to raise the kid in the movie, and the woman ain't shit, and she's hoeing around and try to make ends meet, and it's crazy. I think the last movie I seen was with who was a woman that left Imani Shumpert. Who was his ex-wife?
Tiana Taylor.
She had a movie where I think she stole her kid back. I don't know if it was somebody else's kid.
Was that even? That wasn't even her kid.
It wasn't her kid. Oh
Nope.
shit.
That's what came out at the end. It was not her kid, but that was I seen that movie.
But if the crazy part about that to me is somebody made a movie about a woman taking care of a kid that's not hers. When we live in a society where men are raising kids and not did way more often than women did, but there's no movies of men that just picking up kids, random kids, and just bringing them in and taking care of them. It's like we don't need, like when we go and do it in real life, we don't even get the representation in the media. Like
in the media,
you know what I'm saying?
So
I think it was more about fraud, her fraud life. She was trying to use that to escape the world she was living in.
Naomi, get in there.
Okay, so what I'm about to say, a lot of women are not going to like. But the fact of the matter is, the reason why a lot of the boys that are becoming men are taking a lot of hits and it's getting more and more dangerous is because of women in today's time. There are too many women that want to be boss babes, do what they want with no consequence, move how they want with no consequence. And we're seeing it more and more in the media. We're seeing it more and more in social media. There are even statistics now that back up all of these things, especially in the last 10 years. The sad part about it is that we've gotten so far away. So I don't know about everybody else, but I believe in God. And because I believe in God, and God is not the center of anything anymore, unless you're like flipping out somewhere and then you lost it or you need something fixed, and like everybody please say a prayer for me type of thing. We are not keeping true virtuous values in our homes anymore where God is the center. And before people are like, well, not everybody believes in God. Everybody goes to God when something goes wrong. Everybody does. We all want somebody to bend a knee and pray for us. Every single time a child gets sick, there's an emergency, there's a car crash, sending prayers. If we're going to God for all these little things, but even us as women, we don't want to sit here and tune into the truth of the matter that we are meant to be followers. We're not meant to be boss babes. We're not meant to be independent, all these other things and all this other stuff. We're not meant to be that. Now, can we do these things? Yes, we can. But we are not men. We are not meant to be the head. We are meant to be followers. And until more and more women get to a point to where I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna follow the man, because we're just gonna end up in the same situation. Men are unaliving themselves at a higher rate even now.